Dan is in New York. Hey, Dan, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for your time.
Certainly. How can I help, sir?
So, Dave, I'm 32. I'm debt-free. I have a 6-month emergency fund, all there. I'm putting a little over 15% into retirement. I feel very good about that. And over the last 3 years, I've spent maybe $75,000 in rent in a high-cost of living area. So as of the 1st of September, I've relocated to my hometown. I put a 60-day self-imposed limit. My folks are kind enough to let me kind of crash here for 2 months, but any more than that, I just won't be comfortable. Mm-hmm. So I'm currently looking for a place to live, and I'm trying to choose between a home and an apartment. Now, I do have quite a bit of money saved for a down payment.
How much?
But around $70,000-$80,000.
Way to go, man. What do you make a year?
I make, this year I'm on track for about $180,000.
Good for you. What do you do?
I work in software engineering.
Excellent. Okay. And
yeah.
So the town you're in is what size now?
The town I'm moving back to is very small, so I'm lucky enough to be able to work remote, and my money will go very far here. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I've been following your steps for about 3 years now, and I am terrified of debt, including a mortgage. So I guess my question is, the first question is, one, do I stick it out for another 2 or 3 years so I can buy a home in cash, but in doing so, I might spend another $30,000 in rent, let's say. Mm-hmm. And if I bought a house today, I'm confident I could probably have it paid off in maybe 2 to 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. And the other question is, when the time comes, whether I buy today or in 2 years, I'm really struggling with parting with my money. I've spent 3 years building this stockpile of cash, mm-hmm. And, you know, there's an emotional attachment to it. So how do you get past that?
That's a wonderfully healthy thing. It's interesting when we spend actual money instead of borrowed money, that it's harder to do. Yeah. It's true for all of us. I mean, when you borrow money, it's just like, you know, sign your signature and woohoo! It's like Monopoly money. It's not real. It's fake, you know? That's part of the student loan crisis, you know? It doesn't even feel like it's real. Oh, I'll never pay this back. I'm not worried about it. Woohoo! You know, and so the good news is you are struggling because you've got this connection you've made that says, hey, this was hard to put $80,000 away. It'd be hard to pay off a house in 2 years. But really, money's only good for 3 things, and you ought to always be doing all 3. You ought to, A, be enjoying it, B, investing it, and C, giving it away with outrageous generosity. You ought to always have some of those 3 in your budget. And in your case, you make a lot of money. You're in a low cost of living situation now in a small town. And so I think for today, in the next 60 days, I don't think you're going to be emotionally excited about buying a house. The guy I'm talking to right now is not.
Right.
And so, you know, but I might give myself a self-imposed limit and say, I'm going to rent for 6 months. During that 6 months, I'm going to get really comfortable with the idea that real estate is also an investment. Not having a rent payment is a very nice thing. And so getting a house that you pay for or almost pay for and pay it off very quickly is a wonderful financial goal. Because, that, you know, as long as that little town is doing okay financially or economically, and that house is going to go up in value, and someday if you want to sell it, you can sell it. Don't buy too much house. Don't buy the biggest house in the entire town or something like that. Don't buy some weird house that you can't sell, but buy something that's going to go up in value and that has a market when you do get ready to turn it someday. And look at it as an investment. Look at it as a part of your financial growth, and that'll help you turn loose of it. Because the good news is you're not consuming the money. You're not buying an $80,000 cruise around the world that when you get done, the money has just disappeared. That's consumption. Consumption's not evil, but this is not consumption we're talking about. This is investing, meaning that if you had a bad situation, you could put the house up for sale, sell it, get your money back out, and then some. So it is an investment, and investing is different than consuming. For me, investing and giving are easier than consumption today. My consumption I limit to a small percentage, although a small percentage of my world is wonderful. So, but we limit our lifestyle to a percentage of our income and certainly a percentage of our net worth. and the rest of it is investing in generosity, because we get a bigger high out of changing our family tree, changing the next generation, and changing other people's lives with generosity than we do just buying stuff. I mean, we got a lot of stuff. We got nice stuff. I'm not complaining. It's not like we live Spartan. We don't live Spartan. We live very luxurious. But still, even having done that, it's a very small percentage of our world. So I would be more concerned giving that hard-earned money to consumption than I would to investing or to generosity, because both of those are a type of investing. Hey, good question. It's a good discussion. It's a healthy thing you're doing.